boys and girls. Today's learning target is I can do teacher-assigned lessons in iReady. Now, you might have already noticed the teacher-assigned lessons before or experimented with them with a previous teacher. But this video is just to make sure you know what they are and how to access them, and also know what the expectations are for doing the different parts of iReady for the rest of our class together. iReady is a little tricky because there's kind of three parts you might be working in. You might be working on the teacher-assigned lessons, which is today's focus. You might be working on your MyPath, or you might be working on the math games. All three parts are important in different ways, and so in this video I'm going to break down what each part is sort of for, how long you should work on them, and in what order you should do them, and what to expect. For today's assignment, it's going to be to go into iReady and do those teacher-assigned lessons. In the future, on certain days, I will assign a lesson in iReady instead of one of these videos, because the iReady program has teaching videos in it. So, on those days, the directions for the assignment will say something like, go to iReady and do this teacher-assigned lesson. But it won't all be that. I enjoy making these videos and teaching you in this way also. It'll be a bit of both. Okay, so let's look at some pictures so you know where to find things in iReady and learn a little bit more about these different tools. Okay, let's talk about teacher-assigned lessons in iReady and what the expectations are for working on iReady every day when we're remote learning. So, when you log into iReady, you're going to pick either reading or math, but whichever one you pick, you'll come to a page that looks sort of like this. On one side, there will be your MyPath lessons. On the other side, there will be your teacher-assigned lessons. The teacher-assigned lessons are what we're going to mostly talk about in this video, and they are your first job. These will sometimes be assigned instead of one of these video lessons and Google Classroom assignments, so these are your lessons for every day, or for each day that we do them. The MyPath is like your extra practice work. It's still important and it's still at your just right level, but the teacher lessons match the other lessons I've been doing with you in our groups. So, your first job is to do these, then your path. You'll also have math games if you're on the math side, and that's the third thing you can do in iReady. So, when you click the to-do list at the bottom, it will take you to a list of all the teacher-assigned lessons you might have that you need to get done. And you can do these in any order, but these are the lessons that I have assigned to you. So do actually do them. Now, you might be wondering, well, what order should I do things in? There's a lot of stuff to do in here. For either math or reading, it's the same. The number one thing you need to work on are those teacher-assigned lessons because they match the other work we're doing together. After that is your MyPath. Your MyPath is your independent practice at your just right level. If you still have stamina for learning, your math games are your third choice. There's no reading games, unfortunately. There's only games in the math bit, but those are good for building your math fact fluency so you know your facts quickly, and they're also good for building learning strategies like building up your grit so you can stick with things even when they're hard. So you might be wondering, how long should I work on things? Well, those teacher-assigned lessons, since they take the place of my video assignment and Google Classroom work, those should take the usual amount of time you would spend on a teacher lesson. Might be as much as 30 minutes. Do take breaks when you need them, though. That's the beauty of working at home. You get to set your schedule. Your MyPath, you should aim for 15 to 20 minutes of reading and also 15 to 20 minutes of math every single school day. So that 15 to 20 minutes is separate from your teacher-assigned lessons. It might be that in the morning you work on your teacher-assigned lessons till those are done, and then you take a break, you have some lunch, and in the afternoon you can come back, set a timer, do your reading MyPath, take another break, come back, set the timer for 20 minutes, and do your math MyPath. Math MyPath, that's fun to say. And again, the math games are extra practice. You can set a personal goal for how much you want to work on those. The amount you work on the math games might depend on what your personal goals are. If you feel like you need to get faster at your facts, you might want to spend a lot of time practicing those. Or if you're building stamina for staying focused on things and doing your learning that way, the math games are great for that too. On the teacher side, there is a report about your learning strategies that you and I can look at and discuss another time. Send me an email if you're curious about that, and we'll set up an appointment to look over your report. Okay, the most essential thing is the order to do your work in. Teacher lessons come first, MyPath next, math games third. And also super important that you're doing 15 to 20 minutes of reading, of the MyPath reading, and also 15 to 20 minutes of your MyPath math every school day. Okay, that's all for now. See you in the next video.